All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to a special presentation of Kim and Ket Stay Alive, maybe. That's the key. That's the key, maybe. We are, there's sort of a mystery to tonight. If you are not familiar with the podcast, they'll talk about it more, but they are each going to be talking about a film that has screened already. So we don't know. We don't know what it is. You don't know what it is. We're going to find out together. So I would just want to make sure before I hand over to them that people are able to in the chat. Okay, good. I'm seeing people are able to. Great. Lizzie, hi. Great. That means that people are able to get in. Perfect. Yay, more people are here. Awesome. So we are going to begin in just a moment, just giving everyone a second to kind of enter the room because I've realized that starting exactly on the dot sometimes isn't ideal because people take a second to enter. So just give us 1 minute. I see people coming in. And we will be, now I have to give you a warning. Here's a warning. If I don't want you to tune out, that's not the point of my warning, but there will be spoilers from a film, 2 films. Again, we don't know what they are. A, B, C, D, no, A, B, or C, block A, B, or C. Just keep that in mind. However, I don't think that it will in any way impact your enjoyment of the film when you go back and watch it, and that you should stay. So without further ado, I would like to introduce you to 2 fantastic women that I met while putting this festival together. And I'll say real quick how I found them. First, I decided to go on TikTok and find women working in horror in some way that I was unfamiliar with because, you know, there's just so much happening out there. And I came across a clip in my newsfeed magically from their show and was instantly from the visual of it to just the rapport between them because they're friends, just really excited that they were open to being part of this event. So I am very grateful. And I now am going to turn my camera off and introduce you to Kim and Ket and see if they will stay alive.
Hello.
Hello. And welcome
to Kim and Ket.
Stay Alive.
Maybe. Thank you so much to Hannah and Axe Moon Film Festival. We're so excited to be here. Hi, Megan.
Hi, Megan.
I just choked on my own saliva. Hello.
That is how we roll over here on KK Sam.
So we are a horror movie comedy podcast, and what we do is tell the other person an entire movie, spoilers and all.
Play by play, point by point, kill by kill.
And we play a little game to see if we can stay alive.
Yeah. So for this particular show, we are going to be doing 2 films from I think Hannah said the A, B, and C block of the festival, like films that
basically
have screened.
Something that's already screened.
Yes, exactly. Because to reiterate, we're all spoilers
and all.
yeah. But I'm very excited. I don't know what movie Burnsy did. Burnsy doesn't know what movie I did. So we're along for the ride as well. So yeah. I do want to ask Ms. Burns, your sweater looks super cute. What is this sweater that you wore for the occasion but forgot that the camera wouldn't be able to see?
Thank you for letting me showcase my awesome sweater that no one can see at all. But it says, it's it.
It's so, I mean, it's so great. I love it.
It's Christmas.
Yeah, I am wearing a glow-in-the-dark skeleton onesie that, full disclosure, I wear constantly, not just for horror-related events.
It's so comfy. I have the same one.
It's literally the best. So should we get started on this little show that we do, Kim?
Yes. Do you want to real check if your mic is connected to Zoom?
Let's find out. Are you hearing me funny?
Uh-huh.
Let's see. How is that? Is that
Well,
better?
oh, listen to that
Hey!
gorgeous sound. Excuse me. Welcome to the show.
So what was everyone just reading my lips up to this point? Or
No,
was just coming
I
through my
can just
computer?
tell the difference
Okay,
because
great.
I'm a professional.
Yes, and I'm clearly not. So
Yeah,
all right. Are you ready to do this?
I'm so excited.
Me too.
Okay, Catherine's gonna go first.
Um,
Everyone is welcome to play along in the
I'm
comments.
getting another
and
microphone
everything
note
else.
from our producer that I need to bring my mic up a little bit more. Guys, it's like I've never done this before. Spoiler alert, I've done it 174 plus times. Okay, so here we go. The movie that I am doing is called Green and Growing Things. And it is
Ooh.
written, directed, and edited by Hope Wager.
Oh,
Hope was just like, you know what? I don't wear one hat. I wear all of them.
all the hats.
So, hi.
And you look fabulous. In
yeah.
them.
And it is starring Millie Rangel and Beth Pioro, but I'm not going to say their character names because it gives something away.
Okay.
All right, let's start off the way we start off all KK Sam episodes here with Dead or Alive. Ms. Burns, Gina,
Alive.
May,
Dead.
Woman,
Alive.
well, guys, I'm not going to be able to tell you here, but we just had an historical Dead or Alive
Oh, no.
session that I am very excited. Kim doesn't know if I'm being sarcastically congratulatory or actually congratulatory, and I'm very excited for her to find out. So here we go. We open on the woods, and there is a cabin in the woods. And it is delightful. It's like a wood cabin, kind of on stilts a little bit. So you definitely have to walk up the stairs to get to the front door. And then there is also area underneath, sort of like a wraparound porch that you could walk under, plant things, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
And two little girls run. They're about, let's see, 5 to 10. Ages are tough for Kim and I, but you know, they're children playing in the woods.
What are
so
ages? Who are kids?
Yeah. They run out from what appears to be kind of like underneath the house, and they run sort of up a hill. And one of the girls is like, wait for me, and has something in her hand, right?
Uh-huh.
They run up the hill, and we see one of the girls sort of disappear behind a tree, and we hear coughing, like bad coughing, like something is awry coughing. And we hear the other one say, May. And then the one that isn't coughing runs away into the woods.
Okay.
Cut to someone's feet walking through the woods with hiking boots on. Okay. An adult person now.
Adult feet.
Yeah, adult feet. And they come upon the very same house. The door is like not open, not ajar, but doesn't appear to be locked. Question 1, what do you do? And what does this footed person do?
I mean, I feel like this is leading to going into the house, but am I in emergency? Why would I enter a stranger's house?
You do not appear to be in an emergency. You do not appear to be
If I'm
running.
just hiking in the woods, then I'm going to be like, hello, nice house. Keep going on my way. Good day, sir. Moving on.
Okay.
Neat. Back. I'm on a hike. And I'm just going to guess that this hike footed person goes in the house? Cabin? Question mark?
That's a double ding. We are starting this party off with a
Ooh.
double ding, everybody. So it is a girl we see. I would say maybe college age.
Okay.
And she does, in fact, walk into this house.
That's why.
Rude. A.
Rude.
Creepy. B. And
Dangerous.
dangerous.
C.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A, B, and C. She cares about none of it. Now, Kim, I know that this movie is not about the house, but it is a little bit for me.
Is it your dream house?
It's not my dream house, but it's like I'd see it and be like, this is a fixer-upper that I'm excited to fix up. Okay.
I see.
So she walks in and it's all wood. So there's all of that lovely creaking. Okay. Just as you walk along the floorboards.
Already not my house.
No, already not your house. Yeah. Already very much mine.
Too much
and I wrote
brown.
lots of brown, lots of naturey things. Kim and I have very different styles, very specific styles, but very different styles. So here's where I wrote, does not knock, just goes in, very creepy door. Like it's a door, but the door is definitely like, I have some secrets. You can tell that that's what the door is thinking.
Yeah. I mean, look, to be fair, I'm like a grown-ass woman now. If I was college age, my answer might be different.
Agree.
I mean, be on this entering this random house train.
I can't think of a single question that someone would ask me in college and also ask me today that you or I would have the same answer to. I mean, the decisions we made in college. Okay. So this house looks pretty abandoned, but like somebody was here. So like there's a dead plant on a coffee table, right? There's no rugs. There's no pictures or anything hanging. It's a very sparse type of cabin. And the furniture that's there, which again is very sparse, appears to have like sheets over it. So it doesn't really look like anyone's there. And our girl, whose name is Gina, is like, hello? And then the door slams behind her. So she turns and is just kind of laughs nervously at the haunted door. And creaky floor, gorgeous hearth, obviously. I don't know why I'm telling you that she's wearing a backpack, but that felt like an important detail as I was taking notes. She's wearing a backpack. Oh, because she pulls something out of it. So she pulls an old journal out of her backpack, like a leather bound journal.
Love.
And she looks up, and in front of her is a doorway to what appears to be more of the house, but it is pitch goddamn black, like pitch black going into this hallway. And so she puts the journal down on the ground and kind of goes to get up, and there's a woman in the doorway. And the woman is standing there, and she just says, can I help you? Question 2, Kim, what do you do? And what does she do?
Again, I am like, I'm so sorry I trespassed, broken and entered into your home, ma'am. Also, your door's creepy as fuck. So I'm just going to be like, oh, I'm so sorry. I thought this was someone else's house. Okay, I have to go. Bye. Sorry.
Drunk.
I'm drunk. I'm so drunk. I'm in college. I'm so drunk. Sorry. Sorry,
All right, so
you're
you're
just
gonna
gonna go, and I'm gonna run away.
Do you leave the journal or take the journal?
Where did I put the journal?
Down on the floor.
I'm gonna take the journal.
Okay. What does she do?
I don't know why. The journal's on the floor.
So you're leaving with the journal. What is she doing?
Yeah. I have no idea, so I'm gonna say she leaves without the journal? Question mark. But also, I want to say something.
That's a half a point. Okay. So yes, leave this stranger's house that you broke into, that you broke and entered into. This journal was clearly placed in a way that led me to believe the journal belonged to the house. But we don't know that. It was just a vibe. The same way the door gave me a vibe, the journal gave me a vibe.
Okay, got it.
She says, oh my fuck, sorry. And the woman that just came into the doorway goes to pick up the journal, and she's got like black tips of her fingers with nails that are a bit too long. Okay.
Okay.
And kind of reminds me of the witch in Hansel and Gretel, where her fingers were just a little witchy looking. Okay. So the girl kind of takes the journal back from the witchy fingers and says, I'm sorry, I didn't know anyone lived here. And the woman says, well, why are you here?
I don't.
And is definitely a little annoyed, as I would be. And the girl says, it's stupid. I need to be here to say goodbye.
Oh.
The woman then says, I'd like to show you something, and puts out her hand. Question 3, do you go? And does she go?
Hand in hand we go.
Okay. I'm glad that you said that. I'm going to give you 1 point. Okay. She does go. One thing that I want you to remember is like, though a decision may have technically kept you alive, there is definitely a smart decision and a risk that you may take. And if you luckily stay alive, it wasn't the best choice if that was your goal. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but my goal shifted when I got emotional about whatever was happening. So I was
I
like,
hear
I
you.
do want to. Please take me.
I hear you. Okay. Yeah. So point for her. She goes, point for you, because Kim, don't follow strangers into a dark black hallway when you just broke into their house. Don't do that. That's a poor choice.
No point for me. You're saying.
No point for you. Yes. So she says,
You know
where are
what?
we?
When you're right, you're right.
Yeah. Yeah. We learned this in kindergarten, guys. Don't follow women with black fingers into black hallways that after you've broken into their house. So follows her into the darkness, comes out into the most enchanting, witchy room, just growing all kinds of things. And this is where I said,
So far,
I'm
still
glad. Yeah, this is where I said, I'm glad I'm the one telling this and not the one in it, because I would have been like, no, I live here now. I'm staying here now. This is what I am. I'm a witch of the woods. Goodbye. So it worked out perfectly. As she goes in, Gina, our girl, is looking around at stuff, and she comes upon one pot on a table that is growing a shrub. And we then see a flashback to little kid hands reaching for a similar looking shrub that was growing under the house.
Okay.
So we're seeing a flashback. This shrub is reminding her of another shrub. We're having a reshrub.
Right.
And the woman then comes over to Gina and is like, this one is my favorite too. And Gina says, I never noticed a back room before. Like when we came here as little kids, that time that we broke into your house, that other time, I didn't notice a back room. And the woman then says, sit, please. Now, I did a ton of research by image of what this plant was. So it's got oval shaped leaves with a little point and red berries, and it's a shrub. So at first I thought it was mistletoe, but from what I know about mistletoe, that's actually a parasite that grows on other trees. So I believe that it is needlepoint holly, which both are very poisonous berries. Okay. So regardless of whether I am horticulturally correct, these berries are poisonous. So she says, sit down. And she says, I'll make us some tea. Gina says, you don't have to. And she's still holding the journal, like clutching it. And she's looking around at all the plants. The wind is blowing creepily. The birds are chirping. and she sits down at the table. Flashback again to her as a little kid underneath this house. A tea mug is now plopped down in front of her, breaks her out of her flashback. The witch also sits down as well with her own cup of tea and takes a sip. And Gina does not take a sip. And so the woman says, "Not a fan of tea?" And Gina says, "No, not really." So I'm also like, let me just get this straight. You broke into a woman's house twice. You are now refusing to drink the tea that she gave you. You're a nightmare. You're an actual nightmare.
No, I'm with her though. I already was like, yeah, I'll go back with you, but I don't want to drink your tea. I'm not going that far.
Interesting. Okay.
Scared,
I
too
feel
scared.
like it's hospitable. So here we go. She says, okay. So the woman then is like, try some, like urges her and is sort of like a little bit aggressive about it. So question 4, what do you do? What does she do? The woman is clearly like, try my tea, bitch. Like she wants you to drink her tea.
I'm going to fake try it. Like I'm going
Okay.
to be like,
Let's see. Very
mm.
convincing.
That's exactly what I'm going to do. But nothing
Wow.
got in my mouth.
Nothing got in. Okay. And what does she do?
And I think she sips it.
That's a double ding.
Yes.
And honestly, I want to give you an extra point for tricking me. I really thought you took a drink of that water. It was incredible. This is why we paid for that.
I'm adding that to my resume.
You should. I knew that those acting degrees in college would come in handy. So
fake water drinking.
I took a real drink that time.
I could tell.
So now right after this, we see a flash to that little hand again, grabbing a berry off a bush, and a flash to a little girl eating the berry.
Oh no.
So now our girl Gina picks up the tea, and we get another flashback, like an auditory flashback of, "We're supposed to share," is what we hear. We then see the tea in the cup has kind of a reddish color, and there's like little plants floating in it. She takes a very small sip and puts it down, and then says, "How long have you been here?" And we cut to the woman really quickly, and it appears that like her teeth are like black now, but it's very fast. So it's like, teeth are black. Are they? Now they're not. And she says, "Feels like I never leave." So then she says, "Who are you saying goodbye to?" And Gina says, "It's a long story." And she says, "I love a good long story." And Gina says, "It's not a good story. It's just a long one." And the woman then kind of touches the journal, which is on the table, and her whole fucking hand now is almost completely black. And the girl kind of like, Gina like pulls the book away when that happens. But the woman is just like soup's chill. Like this lady is never losing her cool. And she just picks up the mug, and now they're only as black as they were before. So it's like, am I seeing things? Are her teeth white or black? What are her hands?
Right.
What's
Yeah.
going on?
Yeah.
Who's the crazy one? I don't know. So, but then the woman picks up the mug. Oh no, I already said that. Gina goes on with her story. She says, "Okay, so here's the story. We used to play in the woods, me and my friend May. Cops and robbers, witches, time travelers." And the woman says, "Children, they have such wild imaginations." And Gina says, "Yeah, they tell stories about this place," which is my dream, to like have a house that all the neighborhood children are telling ghost stories about. My dream.
I did not know that was your dream.
Yeah, I'm trying to be like the woman that's a little bit creepy in my apartment complex. So I like put stones out that say like black magic on them, and I like go out into the moon, and I go out into the moonlight in my flowy nightgown. Like I'm just really leaning into it.
She's really trying to befriend crows. So
I am trying to befriend crows. This woman is my hero, is what I'm saying. So, and she goes on and she's like, not only do they tell stories, but like people say that they hear strange noises at night or smoke from fires that no one could see. And then she says, May was braver than me. And there were these bushes outside of the house with berries on them. I was too scared to eat any, but May, she ate them. She said, when I finally, got up the courage, she said she would share if I stopped being a baby and went inside. But I had to get proof that I went inside. So now we get a flashback to a pinky swear of two little girls. And
The most
which
important
I'm like,
swear of all the swears.
yeah, which I'm like, well, now you're screwed.
Unbreakable.
Like, yeah, it's completely unbreakable. Now you have to go inside. And suddenly, as she's telling the story, she kind of like scares herself and sort of jumps and grabs the book and turns away from the woman who's sitting at the table. But the woman just kind of follows behind her very slowly. And Gina says, anyway, I came to bring it back because I have nightmares all the time. And earlier today, someone asked me a question and I just ran away because that's what I do. The woman now walks past her, kind of just wistfully looks out the window and is now in front of her. Okay. And Gina says, I just want to let it all go. We now get a flashback to the very beginning again of the two little girls running up the hill and the one coughing and choking. And back to present day, the woman says, then do, and reaches out her hand. Gina goes to place the journal into her hand, but her phone starts buzzing. Question 5, what do you do? What does she do?
I think I give the journal and
Okay.
leave.
Okay, what does she do?
I'm like, go back to your rightful place. So sorry, goodbye.
So sorry, I burgled
Answered my phone on the way out.
Okay, what does she do?
I'm thinking that she like gets like startled by the phone or whatever, so she like goes to the phone.
You are double dinging all over this bitch. Okay.
I wrote this movie. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. You're a wager? So she places the book in her hand, but then literally like grabs it back to answer her phone. I'm like, bitch, the call can wait. The call can wait. And so she says, I'm sorry, I have to take this. And the woman says, are you running away again? And the girl says, what? You have no right. And she cuts her off. The woman then holds up a piece of the shrub that was in the pot and that was the same as the one under the house from the flashback and whispers, you left May behind. Back on our girl Gina, who has total scared face, back to the woman whose eyes are all black, has fangs, black tongue, black mouth, and she screams, you're back. And Gina's like, let me go. And the woman says, I know what you did, you coward. And she's kind of like fondling the piece of shrub and her hands are all super black now. And she says, you left her in the dirt, gasping, shaking. And she kind of puts her black hand under her chin and says, the berries are sweet, the leaves a little more bitter. And then she says, don't you want to say goodbye? Be forgiven? Question 6, what do you do? What does Gina do?
Don't I want to say goodbye, be forgiven? Don't I want to say goodbye, be forgiven? I do want to say goodbye and be forgiven.
Okay.
Yes. Hand in hand, yes. By giving you this and me leaving, thank you for giving me goodbye.
1 point for you.
What does she say?
Gina gets a little bit sassy. To which I say, listen, Gina, I know that this lady is all fanged and black hand and black tongued. And listen, she's
You're
got a bit of a creep
triggered.
vibe. But listen, you broke into her house for the second time to return a book that you don't appear to be returning, Queen. Okay. And so this lady's getting a little agitated. Gina, with a little too much sass, says, I do want to be forgiven, but not by you, and knocks over the pot with the shrub in it.
Oh shit! Damn, Gina.
Damn, Gina! And the woman screams like an unearthly scream and then disappears.
Oh no.
Question 7. What do you do? What does Gina do?
Get the fuck out of there. Leave the journal. Get the fuck out of there.
Okay.
Journal is yours. Get the fuck out of there. Goodbye.
Okay.
I mean, if that's not what Gina does, then I don't even know what to say. What does she do? Okay. She disappeared. She's gone.
Mhm. Yeah.
I'm alone.
Well, I mean, she appears to be
she's
gone. Yeah.
Smoke or something. I don't
Right.
know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to say hand in hand because she has to.
Gina got her shit together.
Oh, fuck.
Gina got her shit together. It's cool.
Okay, good.
I mean, it was enough. Gina was like, oh, all right. Yeah, I get it.
You turned to
Okay.
smoke. Okay,
Yeah, okay,
fine.
all right. Yeah.
I'll turn my sass down.
Yeah. Yeah. So Gina's like, whoa, lady disappeared. So she picks up her phone and then the book. And I'm like, bitch, you put the fucking book down. But then she thinks better of it, leaves the book on the table,
Oh my goodness.
and calls someone back as she leaves the home that is not hers, that she broke into twice and burgled, and says, Kara, listen, there's something I need to tell you. And just as she leaves, assuming that she's like now going to tell people, like, I left my best friend dying in the woods after she ate a poison berry. Basically, she's coming clean.
No one knows this.
No one knows.
Oh,
I guess they
no.
were like, where's your best friend, Gina? She was like, I
Kidnapped?
don't know. Yeah.
Oh
So
my
she's
gosh,
coming
how
clean.
Are you alive?
She
still?
wasn't doing great. It didn't
Yeah.
appear. Just as she leaves, we now see a black hand reach for the book and take it back. Credits.
Yay.
Yeah. So I will be taking my rightful place as a witch in the woods, and I can't wait to creep out all the kids. I'm going to be a nice witch. I just like giving them stories to talk about. That's all.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You think I'm going to be a creep?
You're a little creepy and you get a little bit in people's business.
I do get a little bit in people's business. And I also don't
And I
like
think
children
that's
very much.
Only going to increase as you get older.
Oh, yeah. No, there's no
I don't
turning
have-
back.
I don't
from
have
here.
high hopes for
No.
you being a
No.
nice witch. Are you going to give me points or what?
Oh, yeah. I have to do that. Yeah. Talk amongst yourselves.
I got to hear
everyone.
about this dead or alive historical moment, which better be. So here's the thing. I'm notoriously bad at dead or alives, which is neither here nor there. It's guessing yes or no. It's like it's a flip of the coin. It's heads or tails. Like it's not a skill. It's just dead or alive of when you know nothing. I'm notoriously bad at it. So I feel like the only historical moment would be me getting them all right. Getting them all wrong feels standard.
All right. Are you ready? The historical moment is as follows. This bitch got 100% on her dead or alives. You got them all right. So you got 3 out of 3 for your dead or alives. For your questions, you got 10.5 out of 14 for a total of 13.5 out of 17, which I do believe, my dear, is up there in our best scores ever.
I'm sorry I killed that.
Yeah,
Hello.
you did. Yeah.
Thank
Nice
you
work.
so much. Wait, what was the title again?
Green and growing things.
Thank you, Green and Growing Things, for giving me my best score of my life.
Really
I love
impressive.
you.
Way to go, Hope. Cool. All right. Now I get to sit back and drink my witch's brew.
Okay, ready?
Mm-hmm.
This is called This Is Our Home.
All right.
It is written and directed by A.K. Espada, produced by Anthony Nicolo. I'm so sorry if I'm probably saying all of these names wrong. Nicolau, A.K. Espada, and Alexandra Bach. Cinematography by Alexandra Bach. We love to see it. And starring Moore Cohen. I am so sorry. And Ruba Therese Mansouri. I swear, no, I was going to say the rest of the words I say throughout this will be perfect, but that's a total lie. It's not
Total
my special
lie.
skill.
No, she's going to mess up the most mundane words you've ever heard, and it's going to be delightful. And it's one of my favorite things about her. So here we go.
Dead or alive. Dina.
Dina and Gina. Also, that's funny. Alive.
Oh, fuck. Ruya.
Okay. Is this a name you're going to have to say many times?
No,
Make a choice
because I
now.
technically called them something else.
Got
But at one point
Okay.
they called the name out, and that's why I was like, wait, what is
Okay. I'm going to say dead.
Terry?
Dead.
Okay.
Ooh. Okay.
So 0.1 second in, I was like, oh, it's good that this happened to me in my batch of possible films.
Oh,
So it
okay,
really
great.
worked out well.
It really
the
did.
universe had our back here.
Really did. Yeah.
Because the first thing across the screen says, no animals were harmed in the production of this film. However, real archival footage of an animal in distress has been used.
I am so glad that this was not in my batch. Great. I struggle with animal horror,
it's
and
rough.
think Kim texted me earlier this week saying, just FYI, there's animal horror. And that was so sweet of you. So thank you. Okay.
Yes. So it starts with kind of like mouse traps with like, spider webs and stuff. Like it feels
Mhm.
like, attic-y sort of thing or whatever,
Yeah.
with like maybe some like mice like stuck in the mouse traps. And then
Yep.
it's like just like weird shots of that. And then one of them moves.
Yeah.
This is our home.
Okay.
Title card. And now it's like a close up of a toe that like steps onto like a white sticky thing, and then
Ugh.
like the toe can't get it off. And so now
Oh.
it's like a girl who comes and rips it off and throws it in the trash. It's like a
A
glue
sticky
trap
mouse trap.
sort of
Yeah.
thing. Yeah. And this is Dina. She's in like a little pink like maid uniform.
Okay.
And she's in the kitchen, which is like kind of a mess. And she looks at the pot on the stove and like has feelings about it.
Oh, okay.
And so now we go into the living room, and it's like a chick there who's just like sitting on the couch. She has like an eye mask across her forehead. She's like rolling a blunt. Like I
Sure.
feel like it's kind of messy in there. She's,
Yeah.
got a bowl of popcorn next to her. Like she really lives on this couch probably.
Yeah. She doesn't have a maid because she doesn't have any time. She's running around too much. She has a maid because she wants to smoke a blunt on the couch, which is fine.
Wow.
Okay.
Yes. My thoughts exactly at first, but then Dina comes in and is like, did you use my pan?
Oh, shit.
And this girl is like, yeah, but popcorn only, no bacon. I swear. And Dina's like, but did you use butter? And the girl's like, I mean, obvious. Oh, butter's not vegan. I'm
This
so
bitch.
sorry. And she's like, I was gonna clean it, I swear. And
But you
Dina's
didn't.
just like, okay. So not her maid, they're roommates.
Roommates. Got it. Got it.
And the roommate is like, and so Dina's just like, "Ugh, great, thank you. And the roommate's like, do you want a gummy? And the roommate's like, no,
Gelatin.
made with gelatin.
Yeah.
But she's like, they used to be like my comfort food.
Mm.
But she's like, they're made from bones.
Yeah.
But as a kid, I like loved them, and they were like, what made me feel good.
Yeah.
But the roommate is still just like, go ahead, have it. Like, I won't tell anyone. And Dean is like, no. Also, like, I don't know, maybe we should like sweep up in here or something. And the roommate's like, yeah, like totally. I was going to anyway.
Oh,
You
God.
know,
Did I kill
totally.
this bitch in the Dead or Alives? I hope I did.
I don't remember.
We'll find out.
And the funny thing is about this movie is that while it wouldn't be the best for you to watch as yourself, you are actually Dina. So
Oh, great.
it's interesting.
Okay, cool.
So Dina's like, by the way, if you see any more of those like glue traps, can you just like toss them in the trash? Like I told the super that we wanted live catch only, but he keeps like putting them out.
Oh, nightmare.
Which if I was doing, we do like a postmortem where we like do a bunch of research about questions and things for our Patreon. But if I was doing postmortem, I'm like, is that not a live catch?
No, because they basically struggle so hard that
can't
they
get
die of a
off.
heart attack and they die
Oh.
of starvation and they're kind of actually the most inhumane. Like at least the one that snaps their neck and it's
They're
a quick
dead.
death. The glue
Gotcha.
trap is they just suffer and are tortured until they die.
Well, Dina seems to know that, so she's has those
Yeah.
feelings.
Dina, I
And
got you, girl.
Megan said, or you get snakes.
That then also, let's see, hold on.
I can't see.
Or you get snakes that then also get stuck on the stick.
Oh no.
Guys, just out when
I
I'm
thought
president,
the snakes
I'm
were gonna eat the mice.
when I'm outlawing glue traps when I'm president. So
She's gonna be such a nice witch, you guys.
I'll be nice to all the animals. The animals will love me.
Of course.
Yeah.
So anyway, roommate is like, yeah, but the glue traps work better because we finally caught one last night. And Dina's like, why didn't you tell me? And she's like, well, you're more scared of the mice than I am. And she's like, I'm not scared of the mice. I just don't want them to suffer. And she's like, was it still alive? Like, what did he do? Like the super came.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what did he do? And Rumi was like, I don't know, like threw it out. Like, what else is he supposed to do? And she's like, kill it mercifully.
Yeah.
And the roommate like laughs. And like Dina's like, it's not funny. And she's like, he's a super, not a samurai.
What?
And then Dina's phone rings and she has to go to work. And
okay.
Roommate's like, okay, well, we'll talk about it later. And just kind of goes back to like watching TV. She's like, seriously. So cut to Dina like walking up the steps tired and like listening to the wall, which I can only assume is like maybe coming home from work or something.
Okay.
And she kind of like puts her ear against the wall and you can hear like the of like little mice inside.
Yeah. Little baby mices that are just
Living their goddamn lives.
Here's the thing. Look, well, I'll get into it later.
Okay.
I like I can't think about it. I like animals, okay? I just have a lot of PTSD when it comes to things infesting your house.
Yeah, she does.
And
Ants
mice being one of
specifically.
them. No, mice too.
Oh yeah, at the house at the on Northern Parkway. Yeah, that's right.
No, with Scott.
Oh shit. Oh, you do have a lot of mouse horror.
It was
That's right.
really bad.
Yeah.
Anyway,
That's right.
I'll get into it later. So yeah, it's like the little of like things inside the walls. And then it's like a POV of a mouse like running through the walls and stuff, like inside the walls. Cut to a video of like an actual like YouTube video or something of like a mouse like caught on a glue trap, but like clearly still alive. And it's a guy just being like, I don't know what to do with it, blah. And then now Dina like closes the laptop like she was watching that movie.
Okay.
So she's like sitting in bed and she like puts the laptop on the nightstand next to her, like next to a book, and turns out the light and like goes to sleep. And then we hear like a little mouse noise.
Right.
She turns on the light. Nothing. Turns off the light.
Perfect
Little
mouse
squeaky
noise.
sounds.
Yeah.
And then
it's
turns
perfect.
on the light. And at the bottom of her bed, under the blanket, I
blanket.
can't even speak because I'm so traumatized.
Oh God.
There's movement and it's like starts to now come towards her under the blanket. Question number 1, what do you do? What does she do?
Okay, I can tell you exactly what I would do because my brother's skink got out of his cage and got into
Skink?
my bed.
Skunk?
It's
Skink.
no skink. It's a type of lizard.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's like a little pet lizard. Listen, I don't want uninvited mice in my bed. Like I'm not a psycho. Like I'm not like, oh, cuddle up with me, but I also like don't want to kill it. So what I would do is get out of the bed, close the door, assess the situation, figure out a way to trap it, drive it a couple miles away and let it free. That's what I would do. Let's see. What does she do? I don't know. Listen, even if you really love animals, it's very triggering to have an uninvited tiny squiggly thing in your bed. I get it.
Very triggering.
Yeah, like I
don't know
totally
one
get
likes
it. Okay, I'm gonna say, does she get out of the bed and like throw off the covers?
I'm having it. I feel like I think I'm gonna get okay. I'm gonna give you a half point
Okay.
for you because I think that still affects the situation.
Okay.
Although good for your mental health.
Sure.
She grabs the book off the table and starts smashing it.
Dina, you got really triggered, sweetheart. Oh no.
And then she stops and realizes she's like, oh no. And then like lifts the blanket. There's nothing there. Lifts the sheet.
Phew.
Nothing there.
Oh, phew.
And then the other room, she hears a scream. She runs into the living room. The roommate's still sitting on the couch, but she's like up on the edge on the side of the couch, you know? And she's like, it attacked me. It crawled up my fucking shirt and tried to bite me. And Dina's like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. And so the roommate like grabs the phone and is like, I'm calling the super Terry. Question number 2, what do you do? What does Dina do?
Dina is like, no, don't call the super. He's going to bring us more torture traps. I will deal with it myself with live traps. That's what I'm going to do. Sorry. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be like, don't call the super. We'll figure this out ourselves. I'll get live traps. You know, what does Dina do? I don't think Dina wants to call the super either, but I don't. So maybe I'll just go for like what might possibly be a half point, that she just like doesn't want her to call the super. Hey,
Double dig. She like grabs the phone
okay, great.
and is like, calm down. Like, let's talk about this. You're freaking out. And she's like, I should be freaking out. Why aren't you freaking out? And Dina's like, I am. She's like, look, everyone in New York has mice. Like, we need to find a way to make this work.
Yes!
And I was like, no.
Is this movie about you and me
I
somehow?
hate it. And Rumi is like, these are not cute little Cinderella mice. And Dina says, but they're living creatures. And Rumi's like, who hate us? And Dina's like, it's their house too. And Rumi's like, no. Show me the lease. Show me their credit score. Show me their paycheck.
I mean,
and
fair.
I was like, yes.
Fair.
And then
I
Dina
have
says,
heard that mice have terrible credit scores.
terrible
So we're-
credit.
Yeah, I have heard
They're
that.
not on the lease.
No, they're not
They're
on
not
the
on the
lease.
fucking lease.
You're right. You're right.
Who's on the lease? I'm on the lease, you little fucking bitches. But then Dina says, when's the last time you had a paycheck?
Oh,
Oh, shit!
you're a fucking mouse, bitch. Your credit score is worse than a mouse.
And Rumi is like, they don't belong here. This is our home, not theirs, you freak. And Dina leaves the room and Rumi like starts to cry.
Question number 4, I kill her. Was that?
The interesting thing about this is I was like they were like screaming at each other. It was so escalated. And I was like, this is completely real.
Yeah.
This is not fictional. This is not over dramatized. I was like, I have freaked out about some mice
Yeah.
in my house and about a bunch of ants trying to have their own Coachella in my bathroom.
Oh yeah, she had the Coachella of ants was in her bathtub, guys. It was bad.
And the amount of times that I've like stood on my bed and like yelled for my boyfriend to be like, "Ah, let me come here," or no. And like I'd walk into the kitchen and the mice would just be like on the stove and they're like, what's up? We live here. It's my dinner time. What are you doing in my kitchen? Like they
Actually,
didn't
Better
care.
yet, what are you making me?
Yeah, they didn't give a fuck. Like they were like, this is our home. I was like, it is your home.
I am so sorry this movie was so triggering
leave.
for you.
I'll go away. I'm so sorry that I'm here. I'm so sorry. Like that. Anyway,
That's-
so
yeah.
it brought up a lot of feelings. Cut to Dina laying in bed, and she hears a little noise under the bed. Question number 3, what do you do? What does she do?
Okay, so is this the same night?
Is this the same night? Yeah.
Okay,
Like
okay.
she'd gone back into her room.
Okay.
You know what I realized? I think I'll give you, no, okay, I don't know. Go on.
Great, cool. All right, I'm gonna do the same. I'm like, my goal is to catch this little like I want to see it. I want to put my eyeballs on it, and I want to catch it, and I want to take it to a nice little mouse.
So what are you
hotel.
doing at this moment? You
Looking,
don't even know. if
looking
there's a
under the
nice
bed.
one.
I'm
Okay.
looking under the bed. And then I think Dina looks under the bed as well. Actually, I'm gonna change my answer. For me, Dina looks under the bed. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna crawl into bed, and I'm gonna say, good night, little mouse. This is your house too. Let's all just go to sleep. I don't want to see you. You don't want to see me. Let's just live our separate lives. Try to stay clear of my roommate.
I think that that's the best option.
Okay.
I think so.
Okay.
If I understand what happens, I
Mouse
think that's best.
psychology.
Mouse
Okay, great.
psychology, which is truly what I need to understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just me in college. You just pretend that you don't hear them all over your room. You
Put
just
put
pretend you
put
don't
a
hear them all over
literal
your
blanket
room.
over it.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
just keep trying to sleep. It's
Yep.
fine. It's fine. You're in my room. Hello.
Hello.
I know you're next to my bed. I can hear you.
You probably have slept next to my head on my
Try to
pillow.
Sorry.
Sorry.
So she gets up down the end of the bed and like looks over the edge and like lifts the blanket and then gets on the ground and pulls out a glue trap that has a mouse stuck to it.
Oh no.
And she's like, I'm so sorry. And has like a quick flashback to the video.
Yeah.
Question number 4, what do you do? What does she do?
I'm hand in hand. I'm going to put it out of its misery together. I don't think okay, here, let me preface this. I've obviously never like even thought about a glue trap, right? So I've never seen a mouse on a glue trap. I don't imagine that there's a way to extricate them from the glue trap in a humane way. Like if there is, I don't know it. So having talked through that, I'm sticking with my answer hand in hand. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I
Okay.
think it's the only option at this point.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, watching that YouTube video up close, like
Yeah.
I definitely had to.
Yeah.
It didn't look like it was.
I'd probably light a little candle for it as well. Like, just like, sorry.
Well, yeah, she like snaps its neck and then like kind of like taps it a little, which also I was
Yeah.
like, oh,
Yeah.
so gross. And then like puts it in like a little box with like tears in her
Yeah.
eyes.
How does she snap its neck? I don't feel like I'd know how to snap
I don't know what
mouse's
she did
neck.
exactly. She really just touched. It wasn't a detailed
On the-
shot.
yeah.
Like, yeah, it was like she kind of like grabbed it and then it was dead. So
Okay.
I just
All right.
assumed.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
Okay.
No, they weren't trying to like
Show me. Yeah.
show it to us. Thankfully.
Thank you.
So-
Appreciate ya.
So now it's morning time and she like comes into the kitchen. So the kitchen clearly is right next to the living room. So we're only seeing the kitchen. On the table is like a bag of gummy bears. But we
Okay.
can hear like the cartoons from the living room
Got it. Okay.
playing. So she kind of like comes and walks down the hall, like does like a glance into the living room, kind of with
Mhm.
like a little bit
To
of
this
like a
fucking trash. Yeah.
exactly her feelings.
Yeah.
And then she stands in the kitchen holding the box and then just throws it in the trash and leaves.
Oh, Dina.
I know.
Yeah,
And the so now the shot just stays on the kitchen table with the gummy bears and like stuff on the table and just stays there the whole time with cartoons playing or whatever, and time passes. So it's like daytime until all the way now it's like dark. Cartoons are still playing, and Dina comes home from work because she was like in her maid
Yeah.
uniform and like is tired
Yeah.
and like literally fucking like looks by the living room again, you know.
This bitch. This bitch.
Mice
attack!
That's the ticket. It's our home, meaning me
Yeah.
and the mice, bitch. You're off the lease.
I'm the
They're
mouse
on.
queen.
That's how you win.
Yeah.
So now cut to Dina in her bedroom, and she pulls out of her purse the bag of gummies and starts eating them.
Oh, Dina, don't. My sweetheart.
She's like, I mean, now I'm an animal murderer and I'm depressed, and these are my comfort food, and
My
there we are.
sweetheart.
So she's like just like stuffing them in her face. She puts the bag down and it like falls on the ground. So now she like gets down on the ground to clean it up. She has like her flashlight on her phone, and she's like getting up under the bed with her flashlight, and then we see baby mice. Like little naked little
Yeah.
brand new,
Little closed
Little-
eyes.
they look like little noses with faces.
Yeah. So wait a minute. You gave me a scary thing, but
That sounds cute.
It was scary. I was
Okay.
under the bed looking for gummy bears, and then it was just like
noses. Great mouse impression. Great baby mouse impression. Truly
I
exceptional.
mean, I lived with them for so long, so you know, I really
perfected it.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they were just like on a pile of clothes or something. You know, it was it
Okay.
was shocking regardless of my
Shocking.
feelings
I'll
about
take.
them.
Okay. Got it.
She runs. Okay. What does she do? What do you do? Question number.
All right.
Hi.
So she just found baby Mises, right?
Yeah, she runs out of the room.
Okay. I'm going to go back in. Steven, I'm going to go back in, and I'm going to get a little shoebox, and I'm going to create a little bed, and I'm going to put all the baby Mises in a nice little warm shoebox bed for them to grow up and turn into adult Mises. She runs out of the room, you say.
I mean, she was shocked. Yeah. So
Yeah.
what does she do next?
Does she go to the roommate to be like, because now she's fully off the wagon. Does she go into the roommate to be like, what's the super's number? Or like consult her roommate?
I'm going to give you a point because basically that.
Okay.
Cut to roommate, like daytime roommate, like asleep on the couch with like her eye mask on and like a blanket over her. And
This
Dina's
bitch's
like,
muscles are going to atrophy.
Dina's like sitting on the very edge of the couch with like her knees all like bent up, like, you know, like, and just like a little thing with like dark circles under her eyes. And cut to like the super just like carrying out like a plastic bag.
Oh, poor thing.
Ugh.
Oh my God. This is heartbreaking.
Yeah. So cut to Dina laying in bed, and she's just like, it's our home. It's our home. It's our home. And she turns off the light. And now it's like this weird cartoon version of like Hickory Dickory Dock playing, like Hickory
The
Dickory
mouse ran up the
Dock,
clock.
Hickory Dickory Dock. And it's just like a little POV of like through all the walls and the pipes and the stuff of the house, like and then like Dina like tossing and turning like she's dreaming in this, you know, and then the mice through the walls.
Yeah.
And now she gets up and gets a glass of water from the kitchen, and the sink is like full of dishes, and she's like drinking her water and looks over and sees
What?
the fucking pan on the fucking stove. And she's like, that's it.
That is it, bitch.
And she grabs it And starts just like yelling as she's walking into the room. And she's like, "This is why we have an infestation, okay? It's because you never fucking clean." And she
And
gets
then
into
she's
the
like,
living room.
I killed once today and I'll do it again.
I'm already a full-blown murderer.
Yeah.
So you're next on my list,
Yeah.
human roommate.
Yeah. It's a natural progression for me.
So like cartoons are playing and she's just yelling in the living room like, "It reeks in here. You have no respect for anything, for this apartment, for living things, even for me. Like, so why don't you just buy your own damn pan if you absolutely have to eat that disgusting tortured animal carcass shit?"
Okay.
And she's like, Ria, roommate. I'm so sorry I don't remember your name. Roommate. Oh, hold please.
Derek. Derek is sirens. Steven is mufflers. Paul is backing up. Those are the people that
All
that
this
disrupt
trash
our
pickup.
recording. Yeah.
Paul always comes. This was a really big moment. Screaming at her.
Yeah.
Roommate. And roommate's still laying there with just like the eye mask on. And now
Right.
we see, but her face looks a little pale. Her lips are a
Okay.
little white.
Okay.
And she's like, roommate? And so Dina lifts the mask and she has like white eyes.
Ah!
And she's like, roommate? And under the blanket, there's like moving.
Uh-huh.
And so she lifts the blanket and it's bloody shirt.
Ah!
And like her, it's a t-shirt, but it's all bloody. And I'm like, I don't fully know, but I was like, are the mice eating her? I think they are.
Fine with this.
And so Dina like is like, like falls backward, like onto the ground. And then roommate's head like falls to the side and blood drips out of it.
Sure. Sure.
Question number 6, you're Dina like on the ground in shock. What do you do? What does she do?
I mean, God damn it. Like, I have a dead body in my house.
Like
so
in
I'm
this
gonna be like,
exact moment of like, how do you even get to the thing that you're gonna do, etc.
I'm gonna call 911. Like, I am gonna get my phone and call 911. There's not any other logical thing that I personally would do. So she's like backed away from the body, right?
Yeah, she got like shocked and fell on the ground.
And fell on the ground. And you're asking me what she does in this immediate moment.
Mm-hmm.
Does she just like does she just like, come mice, eat her, have your supper, invite them to feast? That's what I'm gonna say. It's what I want to happen. I'm gonna manifest
And
it.
what are you
I call
doing?
911. I call 911.
How do you get to your phone?
I walk to it.
Okay.
Can I not
That's
walk?
why I wanted like exact moment. Well, I'm like,
Okay.
you're on the floor. So what do you need to do to walk?
I stand and I put one foot in front of the other and I
This
walk
is
towards
my
my phone.
question.
Yeah,
Just
I'm
wait
not
for
scared of
you.
the mice. Yeah, I'm not scared of the mice.
She's like really freaked out. So she starts to crawl away, but like doesn't turn her head away from the roommate and ends up crawling onto a big, giant, white, sticky glue trap.
Oh no.
And now her full body is on it and she can't fucking move. And she's like, oh no. And she like lays her head, her face is like sideways on it.
Oh no.
And now it's like POV from inside, like a little pipe or vent or something through the wall, looking at it like just her face being like,
Oh no.
And then we flip back turn around the POV and it's a close up of a little mouse staring at her as she cries.
Oh.
Fade to black.
I'm fine with this.
The end.
I'm about to be
Yeah.
live on camera, FYI.
Oh,
It's
I think that was
it's
Hannah thought she was on mute.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
it's a happy ending for Ketrin.
It's super. I mean,
I mean,
think Dina
technically,
did her
though, you're
best.
Dina, so like,
Yeah, I feel
you're
like
dead.
Dina did her best. But also I'm always in favor of the animals winning. So even if it's at my own expense, I'm fine with it. Let's
I
see
do
how
agree.
I
The
did.
best choice was to just become Queen Mouse.
Queen Mouse.
But
Yeah.
that was where it was hard because I was like, even I feel like if you took Mama Mice away, but like you killed Mama Mouse.
I did kill Mom, but
You didn't, you got rid of the baby mice, but you did kill Mama Mouse. So it's like, it's complicated. And then you were going to take Mama Mouse to like a field somewhere. So it was a little complicated, but you didn't kill the
Yeah.
babies, which I think was really the kicker.
That was really. Oh, here comes Derek on my street now. He's gone. That was great. I loved that. Also, very glad I wasn't the one who watched it with my eyeballs.
Oh, 100%.
That was, yeah. I'll stay in my witch's cabin for sure. That's how I'm gonna
that
roll.
was the documentary, not fictional tale about the infestation of mice in
Yeah.
your apartment, which I
Yep.
definitely lived, and it's
Yep.
exactly like this. So.
How many times did you get stuck on a mouse trap? A glue trap?
Too many to count. It's too many.
I love that. That was great. I always think it's so funny. Kim writes her notes like by hand and I type them. So it's always just the anticipation of the page flipping before I know what my score is. All right. How'd I do?
All right. Dead or Alive, you got 2 out of 3.
Not bad.
Questions, you got 9.5 out of 12.
Not
for
bad.
a total of 11.5 out of 15.
Hey! Wow, we both did really well.
I feel like we did great.
I'm so impressed with us, Kim.
Me too.
Way to go.
Yay,
We
this was
survived.
so fun. Thank you so much, Hannah and Axe Wound Film Festival, for having us. This
And
was
thank you
a
to the
blast.
filmmakers. These
Thank you
movies were amazing.
so much. We actually got to watch like a lot of the films, which was really exciting. So
Yeah.
we love them. Congratulations to all of you. If you want to find us anywhere, we are available everywhere you listen to podcasts. Kim and Kat Stay Alive Maybe. You can follow us on all the social media at KK Sam Podcast. And all the info's there.
Yeah. And if you really, really like us, you can join our Facebook group, Sammy Stay Alive Maybe. We also have a Patreon if you want more content from us, and we have merch. So, we're all over the goddamn place. Yeah.
And I am so sorry that I was not muted because holy shit, I was not muted that whole time. And that could have been so much worse.
We would
Just that one moment.
We would have just told you, or we would have played it off as the Zoom webinar was haunted.
Well, it's funny because my husband just walked in and I was like letting him know I might be on the just to be quiet for a minute. And then as soon as I said that, I'm like, oh no.
We got you, girl. We got you.
I just think, just before I let you go, just what a fucking amazing job you guys just did and do with all of it. I mean, this is such a cool thing. And I know that AKS Bada was watching them, who did Kim's film. Yeah. And I know that Hope will be watching tonight for sure. She said she was heading.
Amazing work. Amazing work. Wonderful documentary. Thank you.
I wanted to give you guys, I don't know, I don't want to put AK on the spot, but I do want to say something I learned from her during the Q&A was that 2 things. The gummies, that scene where she's eating the gummies. What I had to watch, I don't say had to in a bad way, like I got to watch the movie a whole lot of times as I was putting the festival together. And every time that scene came on, I just was craving gummies because they looked so cute and good. And according to AK, they were these horrible tasting, and that the actor did a really good job, but they were all vegan, and that the mouse trap, the human-sized mouse trap, all the glue and stuff in it was all ethically
Oh, I love this.
sourced, however, non-animal
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
testing.
Vegan.
So,
That makes
yeah.
me so happy.
And they were vegan gummy bears?
And they were vegan because she's a vegan
Yeah.
film. In case you couldn't tell, I'm sure the story
I would
came
think so.
from. Yes. So this was a very vegan production, and I thought that
I
was
love
fascinating.
it.
That makes me
So-
so happy. I
Yeah.
love that. I do have a question for Hope. Should it, after she watches it,
Yeah,
my research of what the plant was that
I was
that I
curious.
thought it was needlepoint holly or mistletoe. But again, mistletoe is a parasite, so I'm not sure if it grows in a shrub form. So if you Hope, when you listen to this, do tell.
Give us the
Hope will
deets.
definitely reach out, and I am so impressed the level of research that you did. Even just looking into those, like, you guys are such great storytellers, and I really hope everyone watching this will go support you guys and listen to your episodes and
Thank you.
subscribe, because I mean, this is fantastic entertainment.
Thank you so much. And
thank
thanks
you
for
so
finding us on
much.
TikTok, Hannah.
I know.
Thank you for appearing on
The most
TikTok.
random of social media.
I saw your faces
us.
and I'm like, I don't know who these two are, but I need to know them because there's something special that is happening here. So thank you for doing this. It just means the world to me. And I'm speaking for the filmmakers, so I apologize if I'm getting this wrong, but I can only imagine that this means a great deal to them too.
Good. We hope we did you justice.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You guys did
Yeah.
great. So I'm gonna just say thank you everybody for watching.
Yeah.
And if you have any questions, please contact these lovely ladies through all the socials.
Yeah.
I forgot one last thing. I did want to give a shout out to our podcast network, Dread. They have an amazing network with lots of awesome other horror podcasts. It's Dread Central. So obviously they do a ton of awesome stuff. So definitely follow them too.
Yeah.
And
They're amazing.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having us.
Yay, awesome. Okay, have a wonderful night, everyone, and go watch those movies if you haven't seen them yet.
Yeah. Thank
And
you.
until
Bye, guys.
next time,
Yes.
Stay
stay alive.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.